To Chattanooga, and I'm going to let you come up.
Hey, so first working. Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. I'm going to talk today about how the 7th of October reflected on my life. So first of all, this is my family. I'm married to Leon, and I have 3 children. Itai, he's 10 years old. Yaheli, she's the middle one. And Liam, which is the little one, she's 3 years old now. So until October 7, we were a regular family. That pictures are from October 6th, just a few hours before everything started. So we just had a pizza, we had a community Kabbalah Shabbat together, and we then Zumba. So everything was really normal. But on 7:30 in the morning, my husband got the WhatsApp. His officer wanted to make sure that he's ready, like all his units. And all the illustrations that you are going to see tonight are taken from my book. The illustrator is Devo and Exodus, and you're going to meet a bit of them here in this presentation. So that moment, actually, our life changed upside down. My husband got a call that he needs to go to the army, and we were shocked. We didn't know where he goes. We didn't know for how long. And honestly, I didn't know if he will come back. It was very, very hard to hold these emotions and to stay alone with 3 little children and with uncertainty reality. So in my daily basis, I'm a family consultant. I help people, children and adults, to deal with their lives, to better communicate their needs, and I help them to improve their relationships and to find their inner strength to deal better with their lives. And nothing prepared me to the moment I will have to use all my experience and knowledge in my life in the war with 3 little children for around 300 days. So I decided to take all my knowledge, all my tools, all my experience, and to create a book that will help other families to deal with this chaotic reality. So here is the book. It's called Mom, When Will It End? And inside the book, I inserted all my knowledge that can help children and the parents to deal with that situation. This is my husband, Dylan, and in his daily life, he is an accountant, CFO. But in one moment, what happened here, he became a combat soldier, and it's not working. Wait a second. Okay, so something stuck. Oh, I think. No, wait. Okay. I got it. So he became a combat soldier, and again, something jumping all the time. Closing that, and what happened again? So he became a combat soldier. That was his look for 300 days. And actually, from that moment, we all became a reservist family. That means, wait a second, reservist family. Because once my husband got a call, we all have to recruit. It's a family mission. It's not just he's in the front lines. It's also me in the home front. And I need to deal with that, and I have to be strong, and I have to find all the inner strength I can find inside of me. Because I have little 3 children, and my husband needs to know that we are handling it, because I need him to concentrate, right? He has to concentrate in his mission, and I have to concentrate in my mission to hold the house. And luckily, I was an officer myself, and project manager, and this is actually the skills I needed to deal with this situation. So I'm going back a little bit to the moment I decided that I have the choice, I can choose how to deal with that situation. Because I always have the choice. And I choose my perspective, I choose to concentrate my inner strength because I have no control in the outside reality. And when I don't have control in the outside reality, I have to have control on my mindset, on my soul, my heart, on my thoughts. And that was my mission, to concentrate in what I have control. But it wasn't easy. It was a lot of challenges that I have to deal on a daily basis. I will try a little bit to tell you, but I'm just telling you in advance, it's not really easy to understand what we went through all this time, because the challenges were like infinity challenges. I'm sorry. Okay, so I had to be a father and a mother. I remember she was on my shoulders, and this is his role. What I'm doing that. And on the Tishrei holiday, he was in Lebanon, and all the summer vacation, he was in Gaza. So I actually was around 300 days by myself, 30 weekends by myself. It's Kabbalat Shabbat by myself, and let the candle lights by myself, and just being alone, just by myself with the kids when everyone are in their own business. I mean, people want to be with their families, right? So I felt really lonely. And the children were asking me a lot of questions, really hard questions. I will share with you some of them. And really, I was embarrassed, but I'm not anymore embarrassed, because that's like a very usual task that became really, really hard, because my mind was all the time busy. What about my husband? And what about him? And when I will see him? And a simple task became really complicated, because part of me was all the time busy with thoughts, and everything was really hard, even the simplest thing. So this is the reality, and this is the illustration. And as you can see, it matches. You can see even a monster here, the monster of the laundry. I believe you probably maybe know that monster. So Leah, of course, is jumping on it. She's like the happiest kid, and bring us the lights in our life, and help me really to survive this terrible time. And all the time, Nellie, my middle kid, she asked me questions. By the way, all this story is written from her perspective. I chose to use her perspective because I think that children see the reality very simple. We are just make everything complicated. So I really found it healing to look from their eyes on the situation. It really helped me to deal with that. So many questions, like regular question, like, well, what are we eating today? Because we didn't have school in the beginning. Just for you to understand, we were after 2 months vacation, summer vacation, then it was the holiday, and then it was the war. It was like around 7 weeks in a row that I'm with the kids. And I'm independent, I can't even work. And I also need to have this stress. So she asked me a lot of questions about the war, and also the question became harder. They want to know if maybe our dad can die in the army. I remember it was one day my son didn't fall asleep, and he came to me and said, I can't fall asleep, and just imagine our life without our dad, I can't fall asleep. And I just hugged him and I was speechless. What can I say? I mean, I have the same thoughts. So in this situation, I need to reflect my children. Sometimes, really, I feel something, but I need to reflect something different because I want to look strong. But with the life I learned self-compassion, and I understand that it's okay to feel everything. And it's okay that my children will see me as well, feeling everything. So I all the time had to express something different, what I felt. But you cannot fool children, they can read you, but it was a challenge. And I want to ask you a question. Do you familiar with this sign? Who knows this sign? Exactly. So this is 1V. 1V means that the message was not received. So I haven't spoken to my husband for 19 days, 14 days, all the time. I just spoke to myself. I even have no one to argue with. It's really hard. Like, I really want someone to come and to, like, fight with me or something. I really needed that feeling. Is to, just for you to imagine, I'm going to the bed alone every night. I see the news with all the painful information, and I have no one to put my head on the shoulder. I'm crying by myself. He has his shield, emotional shield, and I like broken. And I have no one to speak with about that. My husband, my other half, is not with me. So it's like, I'm married to be a couple, not to be just by myself. So all the reality changed just like that. And the one thing that was constant was in my mind. The thing that was on my top of my mind is that I was afraid that someone will knock on my door. And it did happen once. I remember that I heard knocking on the door. Just imagine, knocking on the door means that I'm going to get very bad news and my life is going to change. And I remember that I was walking, like, from this knocking, I was walking from my clinic inside of my house, and I'm like doing these steps, and out of my, and my heart beats so fast, even I can feel it right now, and I'm just thinking that every step for the door is going to change my life forever. That's what I'm thinking. That's all I have in my mind. And that was the neighbor, she wanted something, but people are not familiar with this fear. Like, knocking on the door is just a simple thing, right? Who's thought about that knocking on the door can make me so anxious? So this is just a little thing that we're all afraid, the knock on the door that will change our lives. So this is a briefly challenges, but there are daily challenges. For example, I remember I woke up in the morning, 7 a.m., and I realized I have no bread for school. Now, I need to go with 3 little children to the supermarket to get bread. Or should I call to the teacher? No, I don't want her to feel mercy. So I have all the time a dialogue inside of me, and I'm like, this is like a simple thing, but it's like, this is his job to buy the bread. This is his job to throw the trash. But now I have to do everything, and everything was broken all of a sudden. I don't know to change that, to do that. This is his job. And sometimes I was angry. Sometimes I was really angry about that. So, as I said, in my daily basis, I'm working with people about their perspective, because I believe that we cannot change the reality, but we can change the way we look at it. And once we change our perspective, everything looks different. And this is something that we have control. So I decided to choose the optimistic point of view and the hope. You can see here, we had so many good things, and we also had the war, but we choose to concentrate on the people we had surround us. We gave the emotional legitimacy. We knew that it's human to feel. I encouraged to speak about our emotions, that we can all hold it together. So we have conversation every night. And we focus on things that we have control of, things that we know, to feel more secure, to feel more that we have things that we can understand, we can see. This is why the tools I deal on a daily basis to just adapt everything to our situation. And to choose the positive perspective, and to concentrate on our inner strength. We used humor to handle with the fear. This is my dad. See? I love that it matched. And I also got, we understood that we are not alone. There is a huge community of people that are like us. I will just show you the slide. So we also help other people from the north that were evacuated from their houses, And I found an empty apartment that was near us, and I asked the owner of the apartment to use that for evacuated families, and I succeeded to help 12 people, 2 families, to go to this to the apartment. So all the neighborhood came. I just sent a message, one WhatsApp message in the group, and all the neighborhood came in 2 hours. It was empty. We just decorated it and did everything. So that was the empty. This is my son died, and we brought all the candies. Like all the neighborhoods gave something. Everyone contributed, and this is the family. This is the family that are really good friends of us, and that really helped me to survive this reality, because I wasn't alone and had a new family. So we celebrate birthday together, and we went to school together. I spoke with the principal, and she said, of course, and they came to us, and we studied together. So, and then I realized that I'm not alone. We have a lot of women. This is just part of them. A lot of women. This is women from our unit, my husband's unit. We went together just to be together, to gather together, to understand each other, because we know the best what we are going through. Other people that are not going through this situation, they have no idea what we're going through. And with one look, we know exactly how we feel. So I decided also to write poem books, and I wrote 2 poem books for these women, because I knew I have something that I can do something meaningful to help them to survive that. I know how to express myself, and there are some women that they're speechless. They feel so much, but they don't know how to express that. So I thought I can be helpful, and I could do something meaningful, and I wrote these 2 poem books. Just something about that. Holding the wind. Wind is ruach. Ruach in Hebrew is spirit and wind. We did the impossible thing. We hold the wind. And this is really possible, but we did that because we are strong. And my point is that we are not alone. Just in Hadera, there are thousands of families like me, and out of them, 250 with little children under around 10 years old and less. And in Israel, there are 300,000 families with the same story like mine. So on the recent summer vacation, we had some activities thanks to you. I really want to say thank you at this point, because thanks to you, Avogen, this is the part of the P2G cooperation that we have. So my husband was in Gaza, and the summer vacation was very hard. It wasn't a camp in the end. So we had so much activities that helped us to go out with the kids to do something, and we felt that we are not alone. This is the anchor. This is the family nonprofit organization that gave us our some air. We could breathe. We knew that we are not alone. This is how I connect to the partnership. I feel so grateful to be part of this partnership, and because I represent not only me, but thousands of families and women and children that enjoyed all this activity, and this is really something that makes us feel that someone sees us. Someone sees us overseas, someone sees us. It's like, we're not alone. This is a huge hug for us. So, from that point, this is us today. And on the summer, we are going to have 70 days that my husband is going again, because it's not over. We know that we are strong. We know that we have inner strength. And we learned so much about ourselves. We did so much things, and we powered more than we thought we are. We're strong more than we thought we are. But our story is still continuing. And we still need to recover, because it's not just easy, to go back. He's a different person, I'm a different person, my children, we have new dynamic. We need to rebuild our relationship again. It's not easy to be in the war and then to come just sit in the computer or doing a daily basis stuff, it's really hard, and we still have work to do. But I believe that we can do it because we're strong. This is the reunion after a long time. I also had a short video, but I think it's enough just to see the pictures. And that were the moment that we got a lot of strength to the reunion, that we feel all together. We have this huge hug, and we know that we still have things to work on, but we believe in ourselves that we can do it. Thank you very much.
Noga, thank you for sharing such a beautiful and meaningful story. I know at the end, I'm sure there will be questions. Amit?